Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through, the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what comes through, what cards come out. So the first card that we have is the Eight of Swords. It's in the reverse. But with this, we do have some air sign energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or even Aquarius. We have the World card. And we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So with this King of Cups showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy that is... I do feel like you could be dealing with someone who's older, somebody who's actually quite mature. I do feel like with this King of Cups showing up here, this also feels like somebody who holds a lot of feelings for you or for the situation. And this does feel like it really goes quite deep when it comes to the emotional side of things. And with this Eight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy that feels quite open. I feel like especially in the communication and being able to let someone in. I do feel like this person is in a space where they feel confident enough to be open. And also, I feel that with this Eight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this also feels like someone taking accountability for something. But I do feel like this feels like a very honest, kind of open energy from this person. And I do also feel that this is something this person could feel from you as far as the way they feel about you. And I do feel like this is also kind of bringing in the sense of being able to be confident enough to have a more open and even very transparent kind of a way of either connecting with someone or communicating with somebody. I do feel like with this Eight of Swords, mentally, this does feel like a sense of being in a space where it feels safe. It feels like it is also prioritizing somebody's well-being, especially on a mental level. So I do feel like the communication is very beneficial as well for somebody's mental health. With the World card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of experiencing completion. This does feel like the full circle moments as far as being able to get to a place where it's like there is a feeling of having had and gotten all that you need out of a situation. I also feel like with this World card showing up over here, this is a sense of wanting more and being in a space where there's a sense of being open to what comes next and being able to actually have more when it comes to a situation and being ready for being able to take even the next big step or to be able to level things up. And I do feel like with the World card showing up over here, this feels like also a satisfied energy. So when it comes to the way this person's making you feel, I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where you could be quite happy with the situation. I also feel that there's a sense of being in a space where it's like you're no longer repeating a pattern that is no longer serving you. This does also feel like a sense of having that ability to see a cycle for what it is and also kind of break out of that. So I do feel like this is an energy of leveling up. But with this Ace of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where it's like somebody is holding back. Do you feel like it's like they're holding back communication wise, but there's something they want to tell you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have Justice, and we do have Libra energy with this. You could be dealing with a Libra. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Ace of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have a Judgment card showing up in the reverse. So this Judgment card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of needing to pay attention to your intuition on a situation with someone. I do feel like with this Justice card showing up over here, again, this does feel like some truths coming out and really coming from the source, coming from the person that they are about. I do feel like with this Justice card, this also feels like being able to experience, really being able to get what you want out of a situation. I do feel like this feels like a fair energy as far as the being able to hear something from someone. It could be something you're waiting for, you have been waiting for. I also feel that there could be an energy of this person waiting on you. And I do feel like with this Justice card, this also feels like an energy of putting effort into actually having a balance, especially as far as being able to right a wrong. This Justice card, this does also feel like karma. So with that World card, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience that full circle moment. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to either get what you have put out be brought back to you, or this person really being able to actually have that experience themselves. With the Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse, I do feel like this is an energy of kind of holding back again. I do feel like there's a sense of not communicating with somebody. And do you also feel like you could be in a space where you're waiting on hearing from someone? It's like they are really taking their time, or they are in a space where they are thinking about how to approach you with a message. And I do feel like it's something you've anticipated. It's something you may be waiting on. And I do feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse though, this does also feel like an energy of trying to ensure that no impulsive action happens. So it's like if there's a delayed response, there's a reason. And do you also feel like it's very calculated action of holding back communication for being able to ensure that the outcome is not rushed, it's not also impulsive. I do feel like with this Ace of Cups showing up over here, this feels like a new beginning. I also feel like an offer. Could be a love offer, and I'm getting this really as well tying in with that King of Cups. There's a lot of emotions here. I do feel like there's also an expressing of those emotions with this Ace of Cups shown up here. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords that there could be an energy of a false start. I do feel like there's a sense of kind of really holding back on being able to express through the words, and I do feel like taking their time. It could come across as if this person's kind of holding back, but they do have something for you as far as being able to make you an offer. And with this Ace of Cups, I also feel like it is something that is very substantial. It does feel like it holds a lot of substance. And with this Judgment card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also blocking an opportunity to have a repeat of a cycle that is unwanted. So I do feel that there is a sense of kind of blocking or rejecting an offer for a new beginning or a second chance with someone. And I do feel like with this Ace of Cups, this also feels like somebody coming in with an offer. I do feel like there's also a sense of having deeply felt a connection, and I do feel like it's quite spiritual, this feeling, and it's mutually felt. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Honeymoon card. We have Pay Attention to Red Flags, and we have Make the Effort. So this Honeymoon card showing up over here, this is a pretty pleasant energy. I do feel like as far as the way you make somebody feel, this does feel like pleasant emotions. I also feel like a desire to be able to actually have experiences with you. I do also feel like this may be actually planning for something in the near future. And I do feel like with this Honeymoon card showing up over here, this may be a trip, this may be somewhat of a vacation, and I do feel like there's an energy of wanting to be able to actually have and be within that pleasant emotional energy with you. I do feel like with this Honeymoon card showing up over here, this also feels like the stage of a relationship or a connection where things feel quite blissful, and I do feel like there is an intention of being able to experience that with you. But with this Pay Attention to Red Flags card showing up over here, this is really about paying attention to your intuition. With this Judgment card showing up in the reverse, this does also feel like a need to really lean on some kind of guidance compass. And I do also feel like with this Judgment card, this is about your discernment. do you feel like there may be also a gut feeling when it comes to a situation with someone? I do feel like that is something that you can trust. I do feel like your intuition is on point in a situation. I do also feel like with this Knight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this could be a sense of being able to really dial things back, especially in the communications, be able to gain more clarity for yourself. And I do feel like there's a sense of being able to gain a lot of insights and find out a lot more when it comes to being able to let somebody show you something. With this make the effort card showing up over here, I do feel like this card is pertaining to this Ace of Swords. This feels like there may be some silence, or there may be no communication or little communication around something with this person. Do you feel like though they are going to make the efforts, and I do feel like that's pertaining to this Ace of Cups. There is a lot here, and I do feel like it means a lot for this person, and it does hold a lot of weight. Do you also feel like they have a lot of feelings towards the situation and even towards you? And I do feel like they're going to make the efforts. I do feel like they may do so in a way that is less expressive, but they are taking their time with it, or they are in a space where they intend on taking action and making the efforts in a way that allows for things to work and really get off the ground. I do feel like this person feels quite safe with you with this Eight of Swords as well. So I do feel like with the World card, there's a sense of being at a point where it's like you are also getting to a place where you're able to have things move forward, and I do feel like this person's putting in effort towards that with you. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.